Hey guys, MrPopZit here, Greg Lynch Derm PA. It's 2025. MPZ Dermatology is in full effect in Corona, California. Give us a call, 951-270-4494. We're accepting most insurances now. Give us a call and we'll tell you if we accept it and we'll get you seen. Come and see us. Thanks for popping by. Okay guys, MrPopZit here, Greg Lynch Derm PA. We have a cyst here in the axilla. Common thing that we see. This one's almost a perfect rectangle. So we'll call it the rectangle cyst. You can see that little open pore right there. Usually the pore where it starts, and you can grab. It goes pretty deep actually, getting bigger. The skin is very tight, so it's pretty firm. Usually means it's been there a while. The contents could be dried out a little bit, but once we make a little cut here, we'll kind of drain that out and then pull the sac out, just a couple small stitches, and he'll be on his way. So thanks to him for sharing. We're gonna get it all prepped and ready and be back in just a sec. Okay, we have him all anesthetized here with the rectangle cyst. This is almost a perfect rectangle. I'm doing a small ellipse to get that little pore that he had there. This could be very dry contents or contents under pressure. When they're firm like this, it can really be either. Just looking at it, it looks like it's under pressure. Now what's interesting sometimes about the underarm and between the thighs actually too, where there's a lot of movement, it can macerate and kind of like mix up the cyst contents to a quite a paste basically. And that paste, you know, can kind of come out instead of big hard chunks, it'll just kind of be like soft serve ice cream a lot of times. So we'll be able to tell in a second. To separate some of the connective tissue here. Down there. Definitely a good size cyst though, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna express some contents here. Put on your raincoats, just kidding. Yeah, it's dry. It's dry, that's good. So now a lot of times I'll get behind here and these come out like a flower, the dry ones a lot of times. They kind of blossom as they come out. There we go. And that is just old dead skin cells. Cavernous, you can see there. That went down kind of far in there. You can see just flakes of dead skin from years gone by. Now we'll try to lift this sac up and out. Look at that. Sometimes they come out very easily, which is always a gift. Should just feel a little tugging, which feels strange, and a little pressure. If you have any sting, just let me know, okay? We'll get some more in there deeper. What we're dealing with here is just loose connective tissue. This is called blunt dissection. We just kind of spread out to separate. Sometimes we'll run into a little scar tissue. A little bit there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me get you a little more numbing at the bottom. Let's get to do down here. A couple little stings possible here. And the reason for that is when we have a 3 or 4 centimeter cyst, when we're numbing, trying to get under that is difficult with 1-inch needles. So we gotta wait till we get down there. I can even put more, so as we go. It's peeling away nice. And dab right there. Let's see if that's part of the sac there too. Or if that's connective tissue. It's almost like a cyst on a cyst, huh?
Mm-hmm. Twins.
Yeah. If it's twins, I have to celebrate, huh?
Yeah.
Little guy. Let me grab that. Move my shoe just in time. Going.
So there was a cyst on a cyst?
Well, you have possibly a little sac, or it could be your connective tissue. That's what I'm going to find out. Sometimes there'll be what's called loculated or lobulated. Lobulated is almost like kind of 3 marbles all together. So connected, but they're just kind of little pooch outs, and it might have a little pooch out on it, basically. That's what I'm gonna find out now. We'll find out and see. That could just be your connective tissue, though, will be kind of firm and look like cyst wall, and a little scar tissue around it. So I think it is actually.
Oh, foul smell.
Yeah, that's cyst. It's a very distinct smell. I could pick it out of a crowd of 1,000 different smells instantly, just because I smell it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost something I don't even notice anymore, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's connective tissue there, actually. So it did not have multiple lobules. That was just, you had some little bit of like almost scar-like connective tissue underneath, which happens on older cysts. Good. Nice. Did you want to see just how big it was, or you want to wait to the end?
Nope.
Okay. I always love when people. It's either a definite yes or no, you know? It's not
Definite
usually.
no.
We can come over here to record here. So this is our sac here. You can see pretty fibrous. I usually will cut all the way to open that up. We actually pushed most of the contents out. These little tiny flakes here, kind of shiny skin particles. You can see how they peel off. It's almost like wrapping paper. It's pretty amazing. And then that shiny lining. And that starts with just a follicle. So it's kind of stretched out, sebaceous gland there. And I even had the little skin at the top, so I removed the pore that it was going through. Right here, there was a little pore right there, and that's where they start. You usually see the connection right there. So good to get that out. Pretty good size one. Now we're gonna get it all, stop the bleeding, and close everything up for him. Perfect. No pain? Good. You shouldn't have any. Just always check. So you can see that really pushed that tissue soft in there. So it was pushing straight down way back in there. Now that we took it out, his fat tissue is already moving back into place. It's almost pooching out there. It's a lot softer under the arm, so it kind of pushes right back. A lot of people ask that when we have these cavernous kind of, you know, where it goes down a little bit in there. How quickly does it push back into place? And that's almost instantly. We're just going to close that, and we'll have a tiny line there. It's going to be great. Just want to make sure no other small bleeders. On this side. A little bit of fat tissue down in there.
So how will I know which video is mine?
It'll have a picture of the underarm, just kind of the beginning video that I did, and it will say rectangle armpit cyst or axilla cyst. And it usually takes a couple weeks to get edited. But I usually have you back in 2 weeks to get the stitches out, and then I'm gonna record that. People love to see how things heal. And then once I do that, I put that at the end, and then it usually comes pretty quick after that. So,
Sure.
Yeah. I have some people that literally have their whole family over for a party on a Saturday, and they put it on the TV for the whole family to watch. Multiple patients have told me that, by the way. Isn't that something? It's not for everybody. It's not like, totally gruesome or anything, but, some people just have some sensitivities to it.
My daughter will want to watch it.
Yeah, it's interesting,
She's an RN at an ER.
Oh, she will love it then. Most of my viewers are nurses. I have a ton of nurses. They are in all kinds of different fields. They tell me all the time that they watch it at lunch with their other nurses while they eat. Isn't that something? I know. Shout out to all the nurses out there. It's good right there. Perfect. Yeah, you'll have stitches out in 2 weeks, and then it'll be a little pink. Can be a little itchy as it heals, but after you get the stitches out, you really don't have much more you need to do. We just watch for infection. This area is a little bit higher risk just because of the increase in bacteria in this area. I'm going to write you for a topical antibiotic that's good that you can put on. It'll help with healing. If it starts to, swell, get red, any signs of infection, get extra warm, we'll call in an oral antibiotic for you. We don't do like prophylactic antibiotics like they do in the mouth because of the bacteria in the mouth that can go to the heart valves. We don't do that with skin. That would build up resistance. If you did that with every surgery, just gave everybody antibiotics when they don't need it. So you can do topical, and then just if it starts getting signs of that, you let us know.
I don't know if you recall, I said September 11th I was leaving on a 4-day fishing trip.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, you'll be good by then, for sure. And a little lighter, so you catch those fish easier. Couple ounces. It's interesting. Most cysts are kind of round. This is actually just probably because the area it was in. It was a nice, perfect rectangle. So it's going to be the only rectangle cyst I have on the channel out of a few hundred. Beautiful. It's windy out. Yeah. We feel it up here on the 3rd floor too sometimes. You can dab first.
Oh.
Yeah. I got another. I have one more knot. Saw you coming in. I was like, no, wait. There we go. Perfect. So a little running stitch. It just has a knot on each side, so you don't have as many knots poking you in the underarm. Is what you want to see. You can see how it's just laying on itself. You can still open that a little bit. Good subcuticular or deep sutures bring that together so it kind of sits on its own without any tension there. So that leaves a better scar. And we just put these on just for extra support. I've had quite a few big cysts lately, huh? Some pretty good sized ones. And just cut the small one here about, yeah, halfway. Right there, perfect.
There shouldn't be any pain associated
No.
with this later, right?
No, not at all, really. They, kind of, we close that pocket and everything's pulled together nice and tight. So you shouldn't have a lot of movement where you were cut. If you press right on it, it could be a little tender, but just sitting there, it shouldn't be throbbing or anything like that. As a matter of fact, if it does start to get painful, red, that can be signs of infection. So if you start feeling it more, let us know. Sometimes you hit your deep knot when you go in like this. And it can cut your deep knot. So I felt that one there, I backed out and then went back in. You can dab a little pressure. So I know a lot of people are gonna say, what was that deeper thing that looked like another part of the cyst? That's what the questions are gonna be on this one. And what it was connective tissue, actually, kind of at the bottom of the fat tissue and over muscle. There's kind of this white, kind of firm connective tissue that when a cyst has been rubbing around and getting tugged in there, can kind of firm up a little bit sometimes and almost appear like scar tissue. And that can look exactly like a cyst wall. And it kind of did there for a minute until I separated it. Then I could see what it was. It was a little deceptive, huh? You can see it too. I was like, is that twins? Is that conjoined twins? It joined at the head? Could have been. It did? Yeah. Don't fool me often. You don't fool me twice either. Let's do a little bit and milk the wound here a little. So I always push out the last bit. I leave that open to push a little bit of air and a little bit of blood that collects in the pocket where the cyst was before I close it out. We do put just a small pressure bandage that puts downward pressure on that pocket and kind of helps the little capillaries and just the little leakers. He didn't have any big arteries or anything, but helps the little leakers clot off for us. So that's always good. Trying to see, I might want to do just one more at the end. Most important thing was hopefully not too painful or anything for you.
No.
Good. And back out a little and watch me do this. Somebody was asking my knots. I go left over right, right over left. Just done it 10,000 times so it goes fast. There we go. You can cut there. Somebody wanted me to show that the other day. Isn't that fun? So we always look at the end here. You can see with extra skin on the underarm, sometimes it'll bunch up just a little bit. You don't want a dog ear at the end. It's all numb. You just make a little cut for that little bit and that'll fall into place nice like that. Not one on that side really. That looks good. Very nice. So you see I can't pull that apart at all. That looks great. Just a couple stitches. He'll have a little bit of bruising just from the pushing, the tugging, and the shots that we did, but that's going to heal amazingly. So thanks to him for sharing. That was a pretty unique cyst just in its shape, and I think it's because the arm coming down and sitting on it, just the way the underarm was, it kind of smushed it into a rectangle shape, but great to have it out. Thanks to him for sharing, and thanks for popping by.